I'm a real player. You can put me on the roster. All about my cheese, I ain't worried about the pasta. Baby, 9 take a mind on the rock. Lay a hater up, might as well knock it down. Fire like a chopper, burn like a better. Screens in the rain, predicting like the weather. Third rim of cup, can't go without my medicine. Flow so fresh, like a big bag of peppers. Where you go better, but you call it no suckers. You know the money talk, you can ask Chris Tucker. I'm a country boy.
I'm a country boy. I love that intro. Hey, welcome to Side Action.
Right.
This is episode 33 of season 8. My name is Jim Wegler, aka Wegs.
No, you're good. There you go.
Follow me at Wexpo on X on Instagram.
And I'm Coop. You can check me out on Instagram at Dalton Cooper and on X at Mr. Grumpy Gills. Again, we are the Side Action Podcast. Don't you dare forget about TikTok. Don't do it. The talk. So, but
yeah,
what's going on, Wegsy?
Side Action Pod on X, Side Action Podcast on Instagram. Hey, man, like the 1,400 views of the little TikTok at Stadium Swim. I mean, you put a couple hashtags on Vegas and Stadium Swim, all of a sudden people are interested. Nice. So, it was a good time. We missed you, buddy. I missed you on the podcast. Missed you out there. It was only 4 of us. It was the 4 amigos. The 4 best friends that ever could have. And it delivered. I mean, Primetime was he got under the weather. He got under the weather there. He didn't show up on Thursday night because he was overheated from the pool. He kind of came out late on Friday night because he was feeling sick. Turns out he got a cold. So he was feeling something. It just took a while to manifest itself. I think as the recap goes, I wrote this down. We visited 14 casinos. We played craps at 11 of them.
Okay.
And so 11, and we did 12. Oh, I think it was 13 crap sessions. So I lost craps. I was about break even. Sports betting down a couple $100. Overall, I was only down like $250 or $300. The guys won money though, because
hell yeah,
I was on fire for the first 3 days, and I wasn't betting. They were doing max odds on me, and both Zach, Rainmaker Suter and Primetime were just cash and chips. One time Art at the Rio. Now the Rio had $3 craps, dude. We go out there in September. If you come, nice. $3 craps, and they've all day long. They raised it to $5 at one point, but it's cheap. It's off strip, but we found it. I've been following my blogs and stuff. And so there, Art got all the numbers. We weren't on all the numbers. Some guy threw all the numbers. Art won that. And then the last night, Suter threw all the numbers. New York. There you go.
Nice.
So that's what got me back.
Oh, yeah.
I was kind of steady losing, and then all of a sudden, boop.
Yeah. It's that one big one.
One big one. And the other thing was on Friday night, my coworker, his name's Scott Cooper, he came through in the clutch, bro. He knows the owner of Delilah. Delilah is like a supper club out there at the Wynn. The Wynn's really nice. And it's a sweet place, dude. This place doesn't allow you to take photos inside the venue. You cannot take photos of your food. You cannot take photos of the venue. It's like you're entering Gatsby. Like it was that era themed place at a great bar. You get down, it's like a upper bar. You go to a lower area. There's a stage, live jazz music, live singer. We were seated in the patio area just off that. Sweet spot. So Scott came through for us. That's where Art missed dinner again. But Zach, myself, and Sophie, Jenna, my sister, went. And then the Night Ranger, he was out there with us. Paul Dempsey, he was there the first night we hit Luxor. We talked about the $10 tables we all won. He was there. He's been getting away from his $100 slots, but he did hit a little bit, won a little money. So we had a great time, dude. It was a great time, and I'm finally recovered. It's Thursday. I feel normal again.
Yeah, so it probably had great weather because we had awful weather here in Chicago. So
it was 95 or 97 every single day. Yeah, it was gorgeous. So sorry, buddy.
That's warm. Yeah, that's warm. Holy cow!
It was actually hot.
Surprised your sunburn isn't worse. Yeah,
I put on the sunscreen. I used a hat. I followed all the principles. So I might got a
Precautions.
little bit of color, but I did not burn. We actually went down when we were at Stadium Swim on Thursday, maybe around 1:30. We went downstairs to throw some dice. And actually I hit 3 points in that session. So that was another one of the guys won and I kind of like lost 50
Nice.
bucks. Like, what am I doing wrong? But anyway, how about yourself, dude? So it was crummy here, but life's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a puppy, so that's fun. Yeah.
Just in?
Yeah, last Friday. So we're coming up on a week,
Okay.
if you will.
Is it a
other than
mutt?
that-
What kind of dog is this? Where's the pictures?
Yes,
What are we doing?
it is a mutt. He's a boxel or no?
Okay.
It's a wiener dog mixed with a beagle. I can't remember.
Wiener dog.
I can't remember
okay, dachshund?
Yeah, I know, but there's a word for it.
A
dachshund.
mixed
There we
with a
go.
beagle.
Dachshund. There we
Dachshund.
go.
Okay.
Yeah. Dachshund.
That's awesome.
Yeah. 2 dachshund, if you will. So that's been life right now. Figuring that the whole training a puppy thing.
Puppy training's a pain in the ass, but good job.
Yeah. We're toughing it out over here.
We just had this conversation about Sophia, and you guys took the plunge. Okay.
Yeah. Right. And then.
Man,
I mean, nothing really. I mean, just work, bowling. Bowling's going well.
yeah.
So, yeah,
Still on the path of ascent. The ascent.
Yeah, bowling's going. Yes, yeah. Irv shot another 600 or his first 600 series on Tuesday night, which was good. He shot 240 the last game. So, but yeah, we're trending up. We're on a very bullish run right now.
I like to hear it. Okay. Well, let's talk about the shed. Hopefully the internet holds up. I don't know if my internet's you keep doing this. I need to switch or not, but we'll see. We'll start with the shed. We'll see. Let's pause. Let's pause. All right. And actually, I forgot to mention I saw Linnea's friend at the St. Patrick's Day thing as well. This is the previous Saturday. I didn't crash. Oh, by the way, are you sure it's my internet, dude?
Okay.
You're pausing now. Is it my internet or your internet?
I don't have any issues on my end, I don't think.
Okay. Well, we switched over, so hopefully this works. I got full bars. But anyway, all right, so who are you taking to the shed, pal?
All right. Well, I'll just put the baseball things together. Chicago baseball is in the shed today, opening day. A lot of hope, a lot of promise, a lot of optimism. And the teams decided to get outscored 24-6. The Cubs lost 10-4. The Sox lose, was it 14-2? They gave up 2 touchdowns today, the Sox did. They also struck out 20 times. I know I'm not a major league hitter, but that is never a good thing. There's only 27 outs in the game.
27 outs, yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, and then Tyler O'Neill's opening day home run streak is in the shed. He was on an MLB record 6 straight home runs on opening day, which was far and away the record. But he did not home run today, unfortunately. So his streak ends at 6, does not get to 7. So that is in the shed. And then I had to put this guy in the shed because I'm assuming you know who this man was if you have a Twitter account. But the Florida Hulk, he's in the shed. I don't know if you saw this guy on Twitter, the real big dude, the big Florida fan. He was
okay.
He's in the shed. Yeah, I don't know if you saw this guy. I mean, this guy looks like a straight bodybuilder. This is he puts the Iowa State coach to shame with how big this guy is. I'll see if I can find it on Twitter while we're going through this. But yeah, he's in the shed. He was spotted at the Iowa-Nebraska Sweet 16 game tonight. So he's either married to the game or he bought tickets that he didn't want to get rid of. So, but he's in the shed because he's literally at a game that his team is not playing at. So
yeah, he assumed they're going to make it. He assumed they were going to make it. First of all, with opening day, before it started raining all the time, I kind of forgot about opening day because it's not even close to April yet. But I heard the flyover. Okay. Oh yeah, he's a big dude.
Yeah, that guy.
He's a big guy.
It's the Florida Hawk.
But yeah,
go ahead.
I heard the flyover, and for a second there, when I heard it the second time, I'm like, we're at war with Iran. Are they getting to Chicago? You know, what are we doing here? Like what I was like,
Oh no.
oh, that's right. And I
Oh
started
no.
texting. I text Rachel because she lives by the lake. I'm like, girl, are there like fighter jets flying around? And then she responded, oh yeah, it's opening day. I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. That's more plausible. Nobody's gonna shoot on Chicago. We're safe. We're in the middle of the country. Nobody cares about us. So anyway, well, let me see. Who am I taking to the shed? I'm gonna take North
Yeah, who you
Carolina.
got?
I'm gonna take the North Carolina. I don't know if
Oh,
I'm gonna blame Bill because I don't know if he's like the AD. I guess he's not the AD, but look,
is it Bubba?
Hubert
I thought it was
Davis.
Bubba.
Hubert Davis isn't a great coach, okay, but he's not a terrible coach. So they kick him out the door. You know that their best player wasn't playing, right? Caleb Wilson wasn't on the court.
Right.
They blew the game against VCU. They blew a pretty sizable lead there. They probably shouldn't have blown that lead, but he would have kept his job if they don't blow that lead. And Wilson wasn't on the court. Like, I don't know, man. The guy went to a national title game. I'm just sitting here like, what are they going to do? They're probably going to take Todd Golden. We'll talk about that in a minute. Like, they're going to take somebody who's pretty good, but I don't know, man. I'm not saying that he should stay for 10 years more, but it seems a little bit of a quick trigger to me. Losing in the first round 2 years in a row is not a good look. I get that, but anyway, I'm putting UNC in general athletic department in the shed. Just put them over there. They can think about it. And then dating. I know this is a general concept, but I had a rough dating week. You know, it's springtime. Everybody's out there. Apps blowing up now. I have one woman was it this morning? Yesterday, like 2 days before, day before, she's telling me how she's asking me how long I can go in bed and all that stuff. Maybe I said the wrong answer. You know, call me boo and all this other stuff. And then like an hour later, she's like, yeah, good luck with your life. I'm not making dinner tomorrow. I'm like, what? Like, what's the matter with you? You know, we had talked like 3 times on the phone. And then this other one, I'm pretty sure she was in another country. It was Match.com. We matched. She said she lived in Beverly, like the neighborhood in Chicago where Art's from. But she called me one time at 7 in the morning. I didn't answer, like, I'm sleeping. Why you call me this early? And then she called me like 11 o'clock at night the next day. And in the background, Dalton, I kid you not, I heard roosters crowing. Roosters. It's 11 o'clock at night in Chicago. There ain't no roosters crowing at 11 o'clock at night or anywhere in this town, unless there's some cockfighting ring that we don't know about. She's definitely in the Philippines or some shit like that. And I'm just like, what is the matter with people? Just wasting my time. Yeah. So I am this close to click off. This close to just calling quits, just saying I'm out here. I'm just going to be an old man by myself the rest of my life. This close. Real close, Dalton.
Okay.
Real close.
There's always a cloud to yell at. Don't worry.
Exactly. So, all right, let's get that negativity always is never good. Go ahead. Why don't you give me Club Dub and let's see how that goes.
Yeah, I got to go Texas. Texas is in Club Dub for me. They played in the first 4 in Dayton. They get through the first round. Yeah, that's the only time I'll ever do that anyway. They get to the first round through NC State. You know, like you mentioned, they took down VCU to get to the Sweet 16, and Texas is hot right now. Also, they are playing right now. I think they were tied when they were playing Purdue at the time of recording this. Actually, it's halftime. They're down 4. But in the last 4 seasons, Texas is undefeated on Thursday nights. So keep that in mind as we, I know you love a little live sprinkles. So maybe you could, explore that while we're even recording.
Sure. Yeah. That's a good stat. They beat BYU and Gonzaga, just so you know. If you said VCU, but they beat BYU. They beat Tabonsa.
BYU, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, they beat Tabonsa, who's at 35. Commend Texas. They're playing really well. We'll see if they can beat this Purdue team. Not so sure. Just keep it within 7.5. We'll talk about it in a minute. But for me, Club Dub, Darius A. Cup Jr.
Yeah.
Darius, he's the man. I love this guy. He's so good.
He's the man.
Scored 60 points in 2 games. He single-handedly took this team basically in the last few minutes of the last game against High Point, which was a great game. Talk about it. But Calipari, I mean, second straight Sweet 16 for the Hogs, and Acuff is the big reason for it. So we'll see if they can do something against Arizona. But he's a hell of a ball player. He'll be really good in the NBA. And the last thing is laddering bets. If you like a bet, Dalton, you got to ride. You got to climb that ladder. That's what we were talking about over the weekend. You climbing the ladder. I'm like, you damn right, I'm climbing the ladder. Sorry, I'm climbing that ladder. Like if I like the team, I not only hit the spread, I just kept going up on it. I did it with a couple different games. Iowa State, I think it was Iowa State, Michigan State, and I did the Arkansas total. The only one that didn't flamed out mercilessly was the Florida one because I was laddering that game up, and obviously we'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, man, why not? Hey, if you're confident on one game, why not win? Why not win 5 games on that? Five wins on that, as long as you keep on going up the ladder. So ladder your bets, people.
Yeah. Did you want to do an honorary shed of Vanderbilt? Because that half quarter, like that 3/4 shot that he had, that probably should have. Could you imagine if that went in?
Well, that would have
actually would help
me.
It would have helped me a lot for Wegs pool too, because that's like the difference right now between like me and like second place, I think.
Yeah, you're in like the top 10 right now. You're doing great.
No, we need to be doing better though. We gotta.
Zach is number 1. You know, Zach Suter, who's on the trip, is number 1. So trust me, I heard all about it. Between him and you and my Papa Wegs.
I'm sure
Papa Wegs is just, chirping. He's chirping. I'm like, listen.
Oh, is he? Okay, nice.
Yeah. I mean, there weren't a lot of upsets.
Internet, then he could chirp.
Yeah, exactly. There weren't a lot of upsets in the first 2 rounds, and he always does well when there's not a lot of upsets. When there's a few upsets, he does well because he's a favorite guy. But
he's a chalker. Yeah,
he is. He's chalky. Well, let's go into a recast from last week. Let's start off with Duke against Siena. Yes, Duke won the game, but they played like garbage. They lost. They were losing at halftime by 11, and then they end up winning the game. But it was like every time I looked up, it was like this game is way too close. 67-63, whatever. They finally won 71-65. Obviously, Siena covered the 28.5, and it did go under. They just did not look right in this game. What did you think of that game? And obviously, Jerry McNamara got a job. He's now the coach of Syracuse. He's obviously an alum of Syracuse back on the championship team. But what were you thinking about that game when you were watching it?
Yeah. Honestly, I thought it was cool that Siena – literally their starters never came out of the game. They played 40 minutes. Yeah. I thought that was my big takeaway, honestly. Siena literally put the 5 guys in and was like, all right, you're not coming out. And it worked honestly, I think that's the biggest reason why they lost, is just because they probably just got worn down. You know what I mean?
They probably did.
If they had like 2 more guys on the team that were just serviceable, I mean, it may have been a different story for Duke, but they escaped it. Probably just sleeping at the wheel more than anything is kind of how I looked at it. So we'll see. Mm-hmm. We'll see how they do moving forward. I think they'll be fine. Honestly, again, and maybe it's the scare they needed just to wake up.
Yeah, the first half against TCU was close, and then they pulled away in the second half. So again, they got the message from Shire, and they should get their big man back this weekend. So
yeah,
High Point was probably the largest seed upset on the weekend because we didn't have a 13, 14, 15 seed win. We only had one. Was it 2 12 seeds? We had a couple 11 seeds advance with VCU and Texas, but High Point was the big one. They beat Wisconsin 83-82, cover the spread. It goes over the 161.5. But really, I just felt like Wisconsin kind of blew it. I mean, they had 2 chances at the end of the game to take the lead, and they didn't do it. And it was kind of surprising because they have pretty experienced guards there. And High Point, I don't really like that coach. He looks like he's a little slimy, but he definitely got his kids to play. And they pushed Arkansas to the brink as well in round 2.
Yeah, they turned into an over team. That's what High Point became. High Point became bet the over university. That's basically what I took away. But their transition game, yeah, exactly. Their transition game was the difference, I think, against Wisconsin. So that was my big takeaway.
That one guard could really ball. That little guard could really ball. I mean, that dude was taking it to the rack over and over against Arkansas, and he was hitting shots. So it's like they hit threes against Wisconsin. They drove it to the rack against Arkansas. So that's pretty fun. Now, this one, this happened.
And he's quick. Yeah.
You know this happened. Kentucky against Santa Clara. Have you ever seen a man's heart break in person? Have you ever seen that live, like in person? I've seen it.
Yeah.
I saw it with Art Prime Murphy. We were actually over at MGM. Zach and I were just getting going. Art was already at this. It was the day. He skipped out on Thursday night. Friday, he was already at the sportsbook in New York, making horse bets and watched the Santa Clara. And they had this game, man. They were up by 2, let Kentucky score. Then they go down, hit a 3 with like 2.4. And then they get the ball into Oway. The guy just cranks it off the backboard and in. Another amazing shot. And pushed overtime. And trust me, we heard it all. It's like the clock stopped when it went through the basket. Actually, that's normal. But it did look like trying to get a timeout. Santa Clara tried to get a timeout.
Yeah.
But then in overtime, they just kind of – the Wildcats were falling for that quick little 3 push that they were pulling off in regulation. And Art, it was so funny, dude. So they lost. It sucks. We were all on the Broncos. We wanted Santa Clara to win, not just for the pool. We were all betting them. And then Art was all pissed off at the drink server because she didn't bring him his Pepsi or something. It's like yelling at her. I'm like, maybe that was because Santa Clara lost. Maybe. I don't know. I've never seen Art Murphy so mad at a person. And then she finally bought the Pepsi, but he's like, I'm not drinking that Pepsi because she probably spit it. I'm like, she probably did, Art.
That's who we should have put in the shed, honestly, was Art's Pepsi. Oh no. Yeah, I was literally at the dentist office when this shot happened, and I was literally getting my teeth cleaned as the ball like went in, and all I could hear was the announcer. And it was and then we saw the replay, and then he was literally the only person I was thinking about that moment. I was like, Art has to be heartbroken right now. They did cover though. I mean, I was telling you earlier in the week that maybe we should bet Santa Clara.
They did not.
No, you're right.
Dude.
It was 3.5. That's right. You're right. Yeah.
Through regulation, they covered. I mean, obviously, but then they end up losing, and they lost 89-84. It sucks. It was like just a kick in the friendlies.
Yeah.
Sorry, Art Murphy, but it was pretty damn funny. Texas, you already mentioned Texas.
What a game.
So you called out them beating the Zags. They obviously did their thing this tournament already. We'll see if they can come back. They won 74-68 against the Zags, and then that game actually went under. They're playing a little better defense right now in a tournament than they did in the regular season. You mentioned Nebraska and Vandy. This game was epic, dude. We were watching this at a Beer House, which is a good place there if you were wanting to watch a game. It's a little more chill than Beer Park. Fun time. And this was back and forth. I mean, Nebraska's playing good. They got their first win in the tournament ever. They should have been a club dub, actually. And then they make the Sweet 16 by getting a late bucket. And Sam Hoiberg makes a couple plays late, coach's son, And then, like you mentioned, Tanner hitting that. I mean, if that goes in, that's like forever in the, pantheon of great shots, because that would have been a game winner. And so, they win 74-72, and Vandy goes home. Yeah,
first Sweet 16 appearance for Nebraska basketball ever. That's crazy.
That's right.
That to me, that is just insane. Like, because Nebraska's, I don't even know how. When did Nebraska even like establish as a school? Do we know how old Nebraska is?
I don't know. I'm assuming like every other school, like 120 years ago.
1869.
Oh my God.
Yeah, 1869. Oh my God, yeah, that's the first time they've ever made the Sweet. Well, I mean, the tournament's obviously not that old, but that's crazy.
Yeah, they weren't really known for basketball, obviously. So good job for Hoiberg and Hoiberg. One of the better games of the tournament was St. John's against Kansas.
Yeah.
St. John's was on cruise control. I mean, I was watching this game like, no problem. This is in the bag. They're going to win. The under was a rocking chair. It was a rock fight in the first half. Nobody could score. But, I think they're up by like 13 points with like 4 minutes to go. I'm like, St. John's, rocking chair cover at 3.5. Oh, no, sir. They gave it all the way up. Darren Peterson gets a 3-point play, ties the game. Now, more importantly, what did you think about the fouling strategy by Bill Self? So they had like 10 seconds or something. They had 5 fouls to give or something. It was like 2 fouls before they can get to the free throw shooting. And now the game is tied. So it was kind of a unique situation. And then Kansas decided to foul every 2 seconds. They got it down to like 3 seconds or something. What did you think about that strategy?
Based on what they had, I mean, I don't mind it just because it feels like it. To your point, it was a rock fight, so maybe to keep throwing off that tempo would be beneficial because St. John's is better in transition. They're not a very good half-court offensive team, so maybe making them play set where you can set your defense, and that's what Kansas' strength is their defense, right? Now they have Peterson who can score in X, Y, and Z, but I think to be able to set their defense was more valuable to Bill Self in that moment than it was to, you're playing more to St. John's weakness than their strength, if you will. So I didn't hate it.
Right. And then obviously Darling, the guy who didn't make a shot all game, drives with his right hand. He's left-handed, lays it up. Darren Peterson, we talked on the last podcast, Primetime College Hoops, he did not come to help. He stayed at his man in the corner and let the dude just hook it in. And, hey, Darling made it. You know what that guy's nickname is, by the way? The guy who made the shot?
I do not.
So Patino calls him Bells, because his balls are as big as church bells. So his nickname's Bells.
Nice. Wow. I wonder how he knows that.
So, well, he said because he's the guy on the team that's willing to take the last shot. And he went in the huddle. He's 0 for 4 in the game. Has missed 4 3-point shots. Hasn't hit a 3-point shot in the tournament so far, by the way. Goes to the coach. He goes, let's run this play. And Patino's like, okay. And then they run the play. Game winner. And you saw Patino when they hit it, he just kind of turned and walked off. He didn't even celebrate. So anyway, big brass ones, baby. Big brass ones. So they win 67-65, under hits, they cover. Tennessee over Virginia. I thought this was kind of surprising outcome. I mean, it was a tightly lined game, but I didn't believe in Virginia ACC, but I didn't believe in Tennessee either. So I think I even had Tennessee losing in the first round. So them winning 79-72. Rick Barnes makes another Sweet 16. The guy is just good at getting his teams to the Sweet 16. I'm assuming you made this pick.
I mean, it's kind of like I did have Tennessee in the Sweet 16, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a believer in Rick Barnes. What can I say?
I mean, the ghost of Rick Barnes can get any team to the Sweet 16, apparently, because this one's kind of middle of the road. And then the game of the weekend, obviously, Iowa against Florida. I don't know what to say. Obviously, I think I should have known the stat that I think it's 80 to 85% of champions get knocked out before the second weekend when they win the year before. UConn was an exception a couple of years ago. So usually teams get knocked out in the round of 32 if they're a champion. And so in this case, that's what happened. Iowa came out guns a-blazing. Florida was trailing. Florida made the run. They played really good. Then it comes down to the crunch time, and they kind of get a little tight. The kid from Florida has a chance to stretch it to 3. He only hits 1 or 2. Now, here's the thing, dude. You're up by 2, right? You've got 8 seconds to go. What are you doing playing behind him on defense? They run behind him. Sturts just dribbles down the court. He's got a 1-on-2, basically. Kicks to the corner. Bucket.
Yeah.
It was like paying Pop a shot. And even then, Florida had a chance to win it. Xavier Lee took the ball. I just think he should have shot the ball because he's got the big dudes to go tip the ball in. Trying to do the drop pass. It wasn't that bad of a pass, but you don't have enough time for that. Just throw it up.
What is he doing though? Yeah, I don't. Why is he passing that ball? I couldn't understand that. Yeah, I agree. He should just throw it up. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you pick this one too? Did you pick Iowa?
No. Nobody in their right mind picked Iowa.
My uncle Phil picked Iowa to win the championship, by the way. But that's because he has his daughter living in Iowa City. So, going in, that looked like a pretty stupid pick, and he win his second shirt of his life. Now it's if they win tonight, I mean, he's going to be up there. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, crazy game.
Yeah,
crazy game.
We'll see. They're trailing by 3 at halftime right now, too.
Yeah. As we're taping this right now, we're going to go over region by region. Some of the games are already underway. West region, Texas and Purdue. We already said that Texas is down by 4 at halftime.
Nope, they just took the
Purdue is
lead.
actually out to 8-point lead. Who did? Texas?
Actually, they're tied. It's 43 apiece.
Good. I have the over. Keep scoring. So 148.5 is the total. 7.5 for Purdue, or 8.5, depends on where you saw it. It was heavy juice to 8.5 for Rivers. So obviously this game's going on right now. I'm assuming you like Texas and the spread. I did, and I did bet it. I bet it at 7.5, and I bet the over in this one. What do you like in this game?
I think I would have been with you. I would have taken the over, but I probably would have taken the points with Texas. Texas has been playing they're probably their best ball of the season. And I cannot remember their big name. They had their big man in the middle.
Pronounce it? It's tough.
Yeah.
It's like Verititis or something like that.
Yeah, he's a good presence inside, but God, he is like Shaq when he's on the floor, though. He's a liability when it comes to end of game situations and his free throw shooting. It's tough. That's the only thing that scares me with Texas, really, because they have the size.
It's Vokiatitis. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I agree. He's not a good free throw shooter. I think that may be the difference in this game. Looks like Mark already has 17 points for them, so they got one guy scoring. Everybody else is not getting it done, whereas Purdue's a little more balanced scoring. But this will be nip tuck. Hey, look, that 7.5 is looking good for now. We'll see how it works. Arkansas, the nightcap in this West region is Arkansas against Arizona. We talked about ACUF. This game goes off right after this one. Arizona is a 7.5-point favorite in this game, and they're 8. I was up to 8.5 here on CBS. 165.5-point total. Look, I love the over again because Arkansas doesn't play defense. I'm not sure if Arkansas can keep up with Arizona. That's my biggest concern. They're big. They've got good guards. They don't shoot the three much, but there's only 7 guys in Arkansas. They get a little foul trouble, they're in trouble. So I like Arizona minus the points, laying the points actually. But I like the over.
I'm taking Arkansas. Arkansas money line. Give me the best player. Yeah, give me the best player in the game. I'll take ACUF. I'll take the better coach. I think I would go John Calipari in the coaching department. I think they'll find a way. And plus, I had it in Wegs pool, so I had Arkansas.
Oh, you did?
I did. I had Arkansas over Arizona. So I have Purdue in my Final Four. So I guess I kind of need them. I'm a little tongue in cheek in that regard, but yeah,
sure.
I had Arkansas over Arizona in this game. This might be the best game of the tournament, though. This has potential to be the game of the tournament for sure.
I really hope so. Yeah, I'm excited.
I would bet this game to go to overtime.
And look,
that's how I
love ACUF. Yeah. I've already got the over, so we want that. We'll see. They got 7 guys, dude. Okay. This is the problem. I don't know if you saw the other night when they're playing High Point, Brazil, who's he's not even a center, he's a forward. He gets kind of hurt. He's on the sideline. They got 6 guys now. I'm like, he wasn't even right when he came back. I'm like, this team, they don't play defense. I mean, it's like they don't care. They're just going to outscore you, So it sounds like you like Purdue in the region. I like Arizona. I think Arizona's going to beat Arkansas, so we differ there. But good for you. I hope you have a better chance to win Wegs pool than I do. That's for sure.
Okay.
Let's do the South region. You mentioned Iowa is up, you said, at halftime? They're winning at halftime?
Yep.
Okay. So they're winning at halftime. Nebraska's up. Nebraska's up.
Nebraska 46-43. Yep.
Okay. Nebraska's a short favorite. 1.5 was the closer. 131.5. I like the under until I saw this score. It looks like it's going to go way over on this one. 131.5. They're not playing that, gritty, deep. Like when they played earlier this year, regular season, it was 57-52 in one of those games. It was like, oh my God, it was like, 5 passes before a shot kind of thing. Apparently both teams are feeling pretty good. Look, I liked Iowa going in. Obviously, I see Nebraska's winning. Maybe I'll get a little Iowa money line, better number here. I think they have the best player on the floor in Sturts, even though Nebraska's played to their potential now. So you like Nebraska?
Yeah, I would probably go Nebraska. I think their shooting has gotten hot at the right time. I think their first 2 games, it looked like they were spacing the floor really well, which I like. They were sharing the ball. It didn't seem like the ball was very sticky, if you will, which I like,
Right.
especially when it comes to March. That, like you just talked about Arkansas only having 7 guys. I think Nebraska has, 8 or 9 guys, especially 3 or 4 shooters that you kind of have to worry about whenever they're out there. So I think that will help them, and they have kind of the first time juice, that first time mojo. So, there might be a little bit of a different motivation there just because they're setting the bar for the program to come, if you will.
They're playing hoy ball. Hoy ball, baby. Share the ball.
Just kids,
hoy ball.
Yeah.
Just kids.
They're just kids.
That's right. I'm sure people are watching the foreshadows right now with the Iowa. And then the nightcap there is Illinois against Houston. Houston, let's see what the live number is because it's been bouncing around. Houston's a 2.5-point favorite, 139.5-point total. This isn't a home game for Houston, but it's a mile from their campus. So it's a little suspect, a little lucky for Houston there. I'm rooting for Illinois. I had them in the Wegs pool, but I think Houston's going to win this basketball game, unfortunately. We can't bet on it, so I can't put my money where mouth is, but I think Houston wins this basketball game.
I hope Houston wins because I do have them in the Wegs pool, and this, ever since Florida lost, it's completely destroyed my bracket on this.
Yeah.
On this region. Yeah, the South is the only region that's really screwed me all up. I
think that's most people.
I think I'd have 13 out of the 16 Sweet 16 teams, and 2 of them came from the South bracket. So I'm going Houston. I would love to see Illini win, but I would also now we're getting to the part where do I root for my bracket or do I root for the fun team? Because Illinois would be the fun team, but I would like to see the bracket continue. So
root for your bracket, but maybe bet wisely.
Take the under. Take the under in this game. That's what I would bet. That's where I would put my money, is the under.
Yeah, I just think Kelvin Sampson's a way better coach than Underwood. So it's gonna, if it's a controlled game, Houston's got guards that can do it. It's going to be a great guard matchup. I mean, Illinois has better big men, but Houston's going to Houston. They're going to strangulate this offense some kind of way. You're right. I like the under too.
Yeah.
In the East, we've got
Stojakovic. Yeah. The European duo. Yeah.
Yeah. Peja's son. It's Peja Stojakovic's kid. You know that?
Oh no, I did not know that, but now I do.
Yeah. He was in the crowd. He was in the first round games. He was in the crowd. Yeah. Peja. He looks a little like him too.
Oh, okay.
So in the East, we've got
the jawline especially.
In the East, we got St. John's versus Duke. A little surprised it's the first game in DC, but that's fine. We've got Duke as a 6.5-point favorite. Let me make sure that's the correct number for tomorrow.
It still is.
Yeah, 6.5, 141.5-point total. Definitely like the under here. These are good defensive teams. Look, I love St. John's. I got them to win the title, but I think Duke is going to win. I like the points with St. John's, but I think their offense it stagnates too much for me, even though they have great defense. And I love this team, and I love Patino and all that. But I think Duke gets right. They get their big men back. They're not going to get Caleb Foster back. There was some rumblings of that, but I still think Duke wins. And, if I was smart, I'd probably lay the points, but I'll still take the St. John's and the points.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, I would take Duke as well. I think Duke is a well-oiled machine, and I just don't trust St. John's offense consistently. If they can't get out in transition, which I don't think they'll be able to as well against Duke, I just think they're going to have trouble scoring the basketball. I mean, they had a game this year, didn't they, where they missed like their last 18 shots of a game or something along those lines? They missed 18 straight.
24.
Yeah, exactly. So like that is still ingrained in my mind. I cannot forget that. So I have bad feelings, especially when you go against these high level defensive teams, which is all you're going to see the rest of the way out.
Correct. Right.
So yeah, I like Duke here.
And then the nightcap is Michigan State against UConn. UConn, I still believe, is a 1.5-point favorite phone for us. So 135.5-point total. I like Sparty here, man. And part of it is, I hate Danny Hurley. I can't take that guy's face and his facial expressions, but I do think Michigan State can play enough defense against UConn, and they have a short bench too. Certainly UConn looked pretty good against UCLA. They do spread the floor. They do what they do on offense, but Jeremy Fears should be the difference here. I got 2.5 in this game, not 1.5, so a little bit better number. Do you like UConn or Michigan State here?
I think I like UConn. I think I like UConn. If I was going to put money on anything, I would take the over on technical fouls in this game by coaches.
Yes.
Because I think that might be an all-time coaching matchup here with
Yeah.
I feel really bad for this officiating crew. That's who I feel really bad for, is whoever gets this game. But no, I think UConn's going to find a way. I think they're a little bit more offensively consistent than Michigan State. And I think this might be the game of the tournament also. But I like UConn here. I like the fighting Danny Hurleys, if you will.
I know. I'll be so mad when they win. Like, I'll hate Danny Hurley for life. By the way, we didn't go back to the South region. You think Houston's going to win the region? Is that right?
I did. Yeah.
So UConn makes it for you with Duke. Does Duke take them out, or is UConn going to advance?
I had UConn beating Duke.
Oh wow!
I have UConn over Duke. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. My Final Four was UConn, Florida, Purdue, and Michigan.
Okay.
So I didn't have Houston. Okay.
So 2 1s and 2 2s. I like it. Yeah, I still think Duke's going to win. I think Duke's a better team, but let's see how they play against St. John's. I mean, they got to slate. They got to basically be the Big East champion before they go be the real champion. So if they can't win out of the Big East, and the ACC is weak. I mean, we talked about that. Nobody got out. I mean, UVA stunk. They only got one team in the Sweet 16, and that's Duke. So I get it. I don't disagree. St. John's is rugged. UConn's a good offensive team. I don't know. I just keep sticking by. As much as Cam Boozer, obviously almost got beat by Siena, but Cam Boozer, this dude doesn't lose. The guy doesn't lose. I mean, he's only lost like one game in his whole life, apparently.
Yeah.
So I like Cam
Boozer.
Well I like them to come out of there. They do.
Duke likes playing in DC, and that's where they're playing. So
it's not that far. Not that far from North Carolina.
So take into account.
All right, Midwest. We've got Alabama against Michigan. 9.5 now for Michigan, I think. Let me just double check. Let's see. Yep, 9.5. 172.5. It's actually
I've got 8.5. Yeah.
Oh, on my CBS app, it's 9.5. That's a good number for you. 172.5 is the current total. I've got 174 on there. I don't really care. It's going over anyway, right? Unless you think it's going under. I mean, it's Alabama. They don't play defense.
No, I actually think I would take the points with Alabama here. Well, that's the one thing that Michigan has trouble with is teams that can make the three. Like that's like the two losses that Michigan has this year. I guess the loss against Duke was because they have 3 losses. Yeah, 2 out of the 3 losses they just got 3-pointed to death, which that's what Alabama has the opportunity, or their team is built around being able to do that. So this could get a little tricky for Michigan. I think this might be their biggest test.
It may be. Admittedly, this is my ladder of the week. I am laddering this game up high. I think Michigan's going to blow them out. I think they're going to beat them by 20. So, Alabama, if they don't make 15 threes, they're going to lose by 20. So you're right. They shoot a lot of threes. They make a lot of threes. But if they don't, Michigan will destroy them in the paint and it won't even be close. And they can run with them. So I don't know. I hear what you're saying. I think a lot of people feel like this is their toughest game. I think the next game will be tougher, but let's see. Maybe he'll be right. And I'm not a big Nate Oates guy myself, so we'll see. He definitely has a team that can score usually, but it's a high variance team. They can go high or they can go low. And I mean, I'd be surprised if Alabama gets like 25 rebounds in this game. So we'll see how it goes. The nightcap is Tennessee against Iowa State. By the way, these games are United Center. You probably knew that already, but this Midwest is in United Center. Tennessee against Iowa State. Tennessee's definitely making a deeper run than I thought. Iowa State has the injury with Joshua Jefferson. That's critical. Right now, he's slated. I don't know if he's going to play. They say he hasn't even practiced. It's down to 3.5 now. I listed 4.5. It's down to 3.5 in CBS app. It's up to 140.5, which is interesting. I like the under in the game because Iowa State plays good defense, as does Tennessee. I think as that number comes down, I like Iowa State more and more. I think they're going to win this game, and I love how they're playing together. I know Rick Barr is a good coach, but they also have a ceiling. They don't go that deep in the tournament that usually. They don't go to the Final Four at least. So I like Iowa State to win this game and win by more than 3.5.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. I think this is the end of the road for Tennessee and the Fighting Rick Barneses.
Right.
The Jefferson injury does scare me a little bit just because I know he's really good on the glass for Iowa State. I think
Yes.
he's their leading rebounder. So that might worry me. I don't think he is. I think it was Maklovic or whatever his name is the leading scorer, I think, for Iowa State.
It's a great shooter. Mm.
But he's definitely one of them. Because I don't know. That's the only thing I would worry about with Iowa State is if they don't have Jefferson, can they rebound with Tennessee? That would be the only thing that I would probably like to see. But I think I'm with you. I would take the under. I think the defense is going to show up. But this has rock fight written all over it.
Yep. That's why I'm surprised the total went up. Went up by 2 points. I'm like, fine, keep going up. I'll take under.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be my little ladder. My secondary ladder is the.
Yeah, you're going to the basement instead of the attic.
One.
Yeah, there you go.
That's
I like
right.
it.
That's right. And then I'm assuming you like Michigan.
Like it.
You said you like Michigan, right? Without the Jefferson injury, I really liked Iowa State. This was my one sleeper, non-number one in the Final Four, but obviously my bracket sucks. So, but I don't think if he's not 100% healthy, I don't think they can beat Michigan. I mean, I think they might give him a game, but down the stretch, they're going to need to find buckets, and he's a bucket getter. And if he's not 100%, it's going to be tough. So I think Michigan will probably advance. We'll just have to see what the spread is. I'll probably bet on Iowa State plus the points if it's too high, if it's like in this 8.5 range or something like that, like with Alabama. You like Michigan, right?
Yeah. I mean, I have Michigan as Michigan's my national championship. So they're my I had them winning it all. So yeah, I kind of like Michigan, unfortunately. I'm stuck with them.
It's okay. It's not unfortunately. It's a good thing. You have a chance to win the Wegs pool. That's all that matters. You could be one of 54 people or one of 148 people that have paid, because there's going to be some cuts soon. I love when people don't pay. It's like, hey guys, pay me the money. What? Like, okay, you wait till the Sweet 16, see if you're out, and see if you're gonna. No, that's not how it happens in a Wegs pool.
You should have put that in shed.
Yeah, it happens every year. It's hard. It's like an annual shed. Yeah, exactly. I did get some money today. There's in the tracking, like I said, like six or seven people now. It's not bad.
You have your own Wegs pool collection department. I had no idea you had that kind of budget.
Yeah. I mean, hey, collection department, get on them. Yeah, nice. Exactly. Oh, it's me. Yeah, I need to get that intern. Years ago, the guys always told me to get an intern for this pool, because there's lots of things they can learn. You learn about collections, you learn about marketing, collections, organization, and then writing, obviously, nicknames and stupidness. So anyway, what do you got going on for the weekend?
Nothing too crazy. We had the radio show on Saturday. Doing the Wolves game on Sunday. Oh, I forgot to mention we went to PWHL on Wednesday night. That was yesterday. That was nice. Pretty cool. Saw that for a little bit. The Professional Women's Hockey League was at All-State.
Cool.
But yeah, other than that, nothing too crazy. We did get credentialed through with MLB, so we'll be covering the White Sox this year. So hopefully they play better than what they did today. So we'll check out some of those games. Yeah. At least they got great stadium food. That's the only good news.
Great food.
But no, nothing.
They got the margarita hose. The margarita hose too.
Yeah. So, but nothing too crazy. What about you?
I'm seeing Sophia. I'm seeing Mini Wegs.
Nice.
In DC. I'm going to fly to DC. She's picking me up. We drive to Charlottesville, which is 2 hours away. I hope she knows the tournament's going on, but that's fine. I'll spend some quality time with her. I heard there's a softball game, but I'm not going to play in it because there's a tournament. I guess they didn't qualify. I don't really know, but we'll be probably watching some 12-inch softball. The coach is not going to get tapped to yell at, be first base coach or third base, sending people home. Let's keep running, make them throw you out. But I get back Sunday just in time. I'll have to do my write-up on Saturday morning from her place. Hopefully I got time to do that. And then Sunday night do the write-ups, the little Kermit the Frog hitting the keys.
Oh, yeah.
So, well, yeah, I'm pulling for you, man. I want you to beat my dad at least, Papa Wegs, he's the only one who comments on the blog. He's
not Papa Wegs.
Papa Wegs, he's always commenting on the blog, and it's always bad. He gives $100 if anybody beats him. I'm like, he hasn't been that good traditionally. Just the last couple of years, those favorites, he loves the favorites, so he's just whoop.
The NIL is helping him quite a bit with those favorites. Yeah.
Exactly. It makes it easier for him, you know.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, hey, follow Ox the Side Action Pod on X, Side Action Podcast on Instagram. Follow me at Wexpo on X and on Instagram.
And I'm Coop. You can check me on Instagram at Dalton Cooper and on X at Mr. Grumpy Gills. Again, we are the Side Action Podcast. Make sure to check us out. TikTok, right? Don't forget about that. I know, if you love a good Vegas video, there you go. Yeah, there we go. Enjoy the tournament, and we'll do this again next week.
Did you see the second TikTok where Zach was flipping the bills? He didn't look at it. Huh?
I'll have to
you gotta check that one out. It was pretty funny. There was some $100 bills flipping. That only got like 300 views versus the other one was 1,500, but it's okay.
There it is. All right, love you guys.